Hey guys, it's Sarah. So today I'm going to be talking about my mental health and how it affects my riding. This was a highly requested topic on Tumblr, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. First of all, for all of you that don't know, I have been diagnosed with bipolar anxiety and depression along with anorexia, and it's been July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. It's been almost 10 months since I was diagnosed, and it's been a lot of a changing process, and it was kind of shocking actually to hear, that I have a ton of things wrong with me, not just one thing wrong with my brain. That was kind of weird. So first of all, how it affects my riding. Some days with my bipolar, I just don't want to go to the barn. I just don't feel motivated. I'm having a down day because, bipolar has, ups and downs, highs and lows, and it's not like you're happy one minute, you're angry the next. It's more gradual for me. I have a thing called cyclothymia, which is a more gradual, less dramatic. That's the word I'm looking for. Cyclothymia is less dramatic than regular bipolar. There's bipolar A, bipolar B, and then cyclothymia, and that's what I have. And so it's much more of a gradual thing. Like, my pattern is I have one good week, and then I have one bad week, and then I have a good week, and then I have a bad week. It doesn't matter what happens during that week. I'll just be down that week, and then the next week I'll be up and I'll be happy and stuff like that. And so on my down weeks, I'm unmotivated. I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to go to the barn. I don't feel like riding. I have bad rides. I'm completely against riding. For me, basically, I can't do it. It's impossible. It's really hard to kind of kick myself in the butt and make myself go out to the barn. And that really sucks. But then on the weeks that I'm having a high week, it makes it so, I have great rides. I have the most fantastic rides ever. We make progress, everything. So, and you can kind of tell that from my posting on Tumblr, if I'm having a bad week or if I'm having a good week. Like, one week I'll be like, oh man, I had the worst ride ever. Like, he wasn't listening to me at all, blah, 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 my trainer, blah, blah, blah. And then the next week I'll be like, oh yeah, good ride. Like, I did something positive today. We jumped 2-6. So yeah, that's kind of how things go right now with me. Along with anxiety, I don't get anxious about riding, which is really good. I do not get anxious about riding. I get anxious about other things. Mine is mostly cognitive anxiety, mostly thinking what other people think of me, and it's all in my head kind of stuff. And then with depression, obviously that's the unmotivation. It just adds on to my bipolar and my lows, basically making my lows really low, and then my highs they're in the middle somewhere. They're not too dramatic. It's not like I want to go skydiving or something like that. I mean, skydiving would be fun, but the most major one, in my little bubble brain thing, is my eating disorder. And my eating disorder is anorexia, and that's basically where you don't eat and then you binge a lot on food, and then you don't eat and then you binge a lot on food. At least that's what mine is. That's not how it is for everyone. I'm not saying that's how it is for everyone. That's how mine is. That's how my eating habits used to work. And so I was very, very thin. I think my lowest was 82 pounds for a 5-foot person is incredibly small. I know some people get smaller than that, and that's absolutely terrifying, but that was my lowest, and that was actually when I was sick for a week and could not eat because I would puke it back up because I was sick. But yeah, and so that was really kind of a hard thing for me. I wasn't able to gain enough muscle to ride because all my muscle was kind of I couldn't gain muscle because I wasn't eating, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not very good with scientific stuff, so I'm trying not to make it sound like I know what the hell I'm talking about, basically. It made it really hard for me to gain muscle, and it also made my depression worse because I wasn't eating, and because I wasn't, getting the right nutrients I was supposed to be getting for my body. When I would eat terrible things for me, like cookies, cupcakes, tons and tons of pasta, tons and tons of just really fatty carbohydrated food. And carbohydrated, is that a word? Full of carbohydrates. Food that was full of carbohydrates. I'd eat a lot of sandwiches and a lot of bread. And so that kind of just added to my, oh my God, I'm fat because the carbohydrates have made me feel bloated. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I gained weight, like I need to not eat again. And so that was really hard. I still have some of those tendencies, and I still have a lot of issues with my body image and stuff like that. Like, it's not that I'm saying I think I'm ugly, because I don't think I'm ugly. I just think that I'm not, I have an image of me being perfect in my head that doesn't, and I don't correlate with that image, because I was, in my brain, I was perfect at once, and now I am imperfect. I'm making air quotes, by the way, because that's not correct at all, but that's kind of how my brain works with this kind of disease that I have. I've definitely noticed a difference in me taking my medication versus not taking my medication. I've definitely evened out, like my emotions aren't as crazy anymore, they aren't wild, but I still have, you know, the bad weeks and the good weeks and the bad weeks and the good weeks, but I am on a very, very low dose of what my medication is, because I'm so small, and that it seems to be working. You know, I'm not totally okay, but I'm not as bad as I used to be. Yeah. Oh, and horseback riding is actually part of my therapy. In 8th grade, I got kicked out of school because I had a really bad low one day, and I got into a fight, and so I got kicked out of 8th grade, and so horseback riding is part of my therapy. It basically helps to, you know, like give me something to focus on and give me something, you know, outside of my personal life that I can be really into, basically. And it's really fun. Well, duh. That was a generalized statement, but it's really interesting how, you know, riding helps me not feel as angry as I do when I don't ride. For periods of time when I haven't ride, I've gotten really angry and really confrontational and really, you know, touchy about things. And when I ride, all of that goes away, because I'm putting my energy, my bad energy, into doing something good. You know, I'm basically, in my brain, I'm making my bad energy muscle tone. And also I've noticed that just exercising in general, like going on walks, going to the gym, running, you know, just doing exercise in my room, you know, jumping jacks, push-ups, whenever I just feel uptight and kind of angry, has helped immensely, immensely. So I hope this helped you in some way understand what's like going on with me and my riding and my brain and stuff like that. And I hope this wasn't too boring of a video to watch. I know it's kind of just me talking about myself a lot and stuff like that, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Bye!